All right, so there we go. Test 1, 2. I think I have the mic settings all correct. I have been away from my house for a while. I went down to Mining Disrupt, had a really good time down there. Saw and also got to actually finally meet a lot of people in person. So that was really awesome. Gonna be doing a recap video on that probably in the next day or two. So yeah, shout out. Anyway, let's dive right into the Salad earnings. As of right now, I had a couple people ask me if I was going to be, or when I was going to be trying other platforms. Looking heavily at Flux. Just don't necessarily want to be the first guy on the ship. I seen that there was talk that there was some people already on the alpha for the compute side. But anyway, yeah. What's up, Nick? Automatic Beats, Retro Mike. Oh, Retro Mike, man, we missed you down there. I gotta see you next time. What's up, Mr. Burns? Glad to see you again. All right, so yeah, let's jump into it, and we'll look at this fancy graph that somebody made for me, if I can find it. So we got updated for the 26th. I know it's technically the 28th right now, but this is the 27th video because it's not technically the 28th on Salad. Regardless, we don't have our estimated in yet. We got to fill that in, and we'll do that. We'll do that live. We'll go and check all our rigs, see how they're doing. But for right now, we did get to fill in the actual versus the estimated for the 26th, and it looks like it estimated significantly higher, about $4 higher. It estimated like $24, whereas the actual in that orange line came in just over $20. So I kind of like seeing this. It's been really close, but every now and then it spikes up, and I don't exactly know why. Let's go down to the actual rigs here, and we'll go ahead and, you know what, we'll fill this in live together, and I'll show you how I do it and the method to the madness, because there's some people that are just like, where are you pulling these numbers from, and are these numbers even good? And they've seemed to be fairly decent so far. There is an update, but I don't necessarily like it yet, so I'm still going to be doing it this way for the time being. Sorry I couldn't make it down. I'll be there at the Litecoin Summit and BTC Nashville next month. I'm not going to be able to make it to BTC Nashville. I got a family trip. Litecoin Summit. I'll look that up. Golden Wolf, what's up? Welcome to the live chat. Salvador, what do I need for more jobs? 130.80, and it's just 70 cents per day. 3080, 10 gig is going to have a hard time picking up workload jobs. Really 12 gig and above cards, 16 gig and above cards are kind of just at a lot more priority. So if you're on the newest version and you're running updated drivers, that's really your best bet. On a 10 gig card, you really only need 32 gigs of system RAM and at least 4 CPU cores. More cores is better, but it's not a guarantee. Do you happen to know what is required upload speed for streaming side on Salad? Gaming, Mr. Gaming Damned, they recommend if you're doing video streaming, you need at least gigabit. So 1,000 meg up, 1,000 meg down. Just be careful because it will get you blacklisted on Hulu, Netflix, and other, streaming applications. Salvador Cortez. So that's the 12 gig 3080. You should be able to get jobs on that as long as you have that 32 gigs of system RAM, at least 4 cores. I try to recommend people to have at least 6 cores realistically, 6 cores, 12 threads. And you should be getting jobs. How long has it been calculating for? Or are you custom? Are you even getting jobs? Yes. And I just released a video because I reached out to the Salad team and I wanted some clarification on some things because people were telling me that I need to start restarting my rigs and killing the Salad Bowl service and manually killing WSL to that way it stops and restarts it, and then you get another job. The only problem with that is it hurts your reliability score, and your reliability score is a lot more important to get continuous jobs. Yeah, it might load you up a new job right there, right then and there, but once that job dies off, it's not going to give you another one right away, potentially if you abuse the system. So that's kind of the issue right now. 306 1.5.9. Yes, it did mess some stuff up. That's why they put out 1.6 today. Make sure you get on 1.6. There was like a container relaunch issue that was Apparently, I'm gonna get more elaboration on that tomorrow from some of the salad team. I'm trying to get them on, like, to do a little interview, but that's yeah, we'll work on that. My 3090 and 4090 started getting jobs after the 1.6 update. Awesome. Yeah, glad to hear it. 306 miner. Josh, my 3070 Ti picked up a $1.90 job after about 9 or 10 hours. It was doing stuff, GPU was processing, but the graph on Salad wasn't showing any earnings. Josh, reach out to them either on their Discord, message Anagos. Yeah, I believe it's Anagos on Discord, or Jared on their Discord, and tell them your account and what it's doing. And they can actually check into that internally. There has been some issues with profitability or even revenue reporting on just a very few people, and they've been able to figure it out. Chase, has anyone used the 3060 Ti on Salad? I know it's 8 gig, but they're cheap and everywhere right now. So I have seen people run 3070s and 3060 Ti's on Salad. They're somewhere in like the $1.50 to $2 range when they can get a job. The only problem is there's a lot of 8 gigabyte cards sitting on Salad. So priority wise, and if you just throw one on right now, you're so far down the list, you probably would not see a job for a long time. I'm thinking probably like maybe a couple weeks. Right now, I'm kind of advising people, if you put a card on Salad and it's a fresh rig, you can expect it to be calculating or sitting in line for about a week if everything goes good. Now, if you're restarting the system and killing stuff, yeah, you might force it to jump on a job earlier, but you sacrifice short-term gains for long-term stability. Sounds good. No peak. Joe Brown. Awesome, man. Oh, my old moderator. Old Joe's in here. Anyway, let's jump over and start checking in on the rigs. So first we'll go to 3090 number 1. And I'm going to do this live because people are asking how I was getting my numbers. And I'll just show you how I get my numbers. And then once they get their reporting on their end more solid, because they do have it by rig, but the rig IDs and stuff are all a pain in the butt, I'll be able to compare my numbers against their numbers and go from there. So we're on a $5.80 job on 3090 number 1 right now. So we'll go ahead and fill that in, 5.80. This is still running driver 552.44 and on version 1.5.8 of Salad. As long as it's running a job, I am not going to risk upgrading anything. And I don't suggest you do either. Keep that uptime and stability, because look at this. This machine's been chewing 6, 6, 5, 5, 6, 5, 5, 6, 5. This one's been awesome. I don't even want to look at it. You know what? We need to go ahead and close it right now because I don't want to mess it up. Yeah, this is actually the one that had a stick of RAM go bad, so it's only got 48 gigs of RAM in it, but it does have a 12-core, 24-thread Xeon, and yeah, I need to put some more RAM in that. I got a bunch of RAM in. The orders are going out tomorrow, by the way, for everybody that was on back order. Jordan, Brandon Coin, been watching since 2020/2021. Oh, man, heck yeah, OG right here, OG watcher, OG in the space. Appreciate all your videos. Is Salad NVIDIA only at the moment? Yes, it is NVIDIA only, because right now they only support CUDA. But maybe they would, apparently Zaluda or Zuda, something like that, is to run CUDA on AMD, but they're not supported on Salad yet. So maybe one day they'll add it. In the meantime, they don't have Vulkan support for their customers. So it's just NVIDIA at the moment. It stinks because AMD's got a bunch of reasonably priced cards with a lot of VRAM. R. Burns, always wait for calculating before doing upgrades to Salad. Yes, 100%. If you're in the middle of a job, let it eat. Even if it's not a great job, let it eat. Other than like the 10-cent jobs, I'm not really partial to those, but I've asked a few questions and I'm waiting on some clarification. I think those like little 10-cent jobs, and me and also the Mining King had been talking about it. I think those are benchmarking jobs. Sorry, my cat, man. Hey, can you give us a minute, Mr. Kitty? I think those are benchmarking jobs to test the system and make sure everything's up to snuff, because they never seem to last very long. At least they shouldn't, unless they get stuck or something's going on. Should do a video on process of dummy HDMI plugs and remote software so we can check in on systems. Yeah, we'll definitely check that out. And I'm a big proponent of the old dummy plugs. I'm just a dummy using my dummy plugs. I remember the backyard shed. Oh yes, man, it was epic. It was. We'll get back there one day, eventually. R. Burns, you've been watching since the attic. Yeah, 2 houses ago. That's been years, man. I've been moved out of there for a while. Oh no. There we go. All right, here, hold on. Let me give my cat some beef jerky so he'll leave me alone. That's what he came in here. He smells the beef jerky. Here. There you go. Okay. We're good. Cat's got beef jerky, teriyaki flavor now. Passenger airbag. So you let the 10-cent jobs run forever. They don't run forever on my systems, but I have heard where people have tried to lower power or undervolt their systems. The 10-cent jobs have run longer. Don't do any overclocks, and outside of changing fan curves, I don't overclock or underclock anything, and that's why I think those 10-cent jobs have something to do with benchmarking, because they seem to run longer on systems that, when I talk to people, are you pulling power down, are you changing core clock, are you changing memory clock, and they're like, well, I only pulled the power down 10%, and it's like, was that benchmark just running over and over again to try to get an acceptable rate? I don't know. It's all speculation until I get approval or understanding, clarification. My words escape me from the salad team. Anyway, let's check in on 3090 number 2. We'll go ahead and fill those in. Yo, he just smoked that piece of beef jerky. That was a huge piece of beef jerky. Be careful, dog. Are you okay? Okay. I mean, be careful, cat. All right, so this is 3090 number 2. It has 56 gigabytes of RAM. This one had an 8 gigabyte stick die in it, so it has not got 64, but it's still running a job, so I'm not taking the system down to add or change. And look at that, $5.08 container. Go, please, leave me alone. Thank you. He's clawing me, and yeah. $5.08 container job on that one, and this is also a 12-core Xeon, and it's running. This one's on an SSD, surprisingly. So $5.08 container. Now let's check in on 3090 number 3. Everyone is going to get a 1099 from using PayPal for payouts. Yes, after $600 of revenue from any source inside the U.S., the federal government requires income reporting. And this is not the wild, wild west of crypto. It's just, this is dollars. And unfortunately, you have to report all income. So a 1099 is not the worst thing in the world, because a 1099, you can then fill in deductions against it. So you can write off your hardware, you can write off consumables. It's not the end of the world. All right, so this is 3090 number 3, and it looks like this one's not doing anything. So this is a perfect opportunity to, yes, she's calculating. Okay, so you know what? We're gonna go ahead and update this one live. So this is the way I update, because people have asked me in the past. We have 64 gigs of system RAM, and this is a 12-core Xeon on a 120 gig SSD, just for reference. So we're going to open the system up. We're going to set Salad to pause until idle. So now it pauses Salad. We're going to give it about 60 seconds to, I don't know, spin down if it was spinning anything. And then we're literally just going to click update now. It's probably not a full 60 seconds, by the way. We're going to hit yes. We'll let this roll through, and I'll check on the chat while we're doing it. This is going to be a little bit longer stream tonight. I've missed live stream, and I haven't been able to do it in the last couple days. Come on. Go. Go, buddy. Go. I don't have any more beef jerky for you, dog. You ate the big piece. All little scraps now. Get the prepaid credit cards. I don't like the prepaid credit cards, but I don't know if you're still subject to, like, I think you're technically supposed to report income over $600. I don't know how that works. That's a good kitten. I request a bigger piece. Go away. Satine Muhammad. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. I have a 3090 Ti Ryzen 9 3900X, 64 gigs of RAM. Should I leave it alone, even if it says calculating to what maximum period, day or 2 or 3 before trying restarting system? So, please, if you're fully updated, if you're calculating, this is the time to go ahead and update. So if you're on 1.6.0 and you're on the newest NVIDIA driver, your hardware is good. 3090 Ti, 64 gigs of RAM, 3900X. I would let it calculate minimum a few days because you're a new system on the network. Have you done any restarting or killed any of the salad bowl service, anything like that recently? If you haven't, that's good. Just let it calculate. Once you start getting those jobs and they're completed jobs and confirmed jobs, it's just going to keep giving them to you. It's got you getting over that little hurdle. It's like standing in line for the bathroom. Do you run off into the woods and pee? Or do you stand in line? I don't know. That's probably a bad analogy because I'd probably pee in the woods. So, yeah. No problem. No problem. Satina? I would apologize for pronunciation. Jordan, 3080 Ti with 32 gigs of RAM. If it's a week to get a job, is it mostly idle time? Correct. Yeah. So if it's calculating, it's literally just idling. You're not going to be pulling any additional power, luckily. Those little small jobs, those 10-cent container jobs, those I noticed do pull some power, and they spike up pretty high randomly. And that's why I think also another reason to confirm that they are benchmarking, because it actually kind of like runs it through a full gambit. Let's see here. Oh, Oz Gaming, what's up, man? You know what? I'm on top chat right now. Let me go to live messages. I'm sorry about that. It makes me miss messages. Which card and codec are you using when streaming? I am currently streaming on a 3090, and we're using. I had somebody help me set this up. I'm not going to be able to look at settings, I don't think, while I'm live. Let me see. Video bitrate. I'm using the NVIDIA NVENC H264 encoder, and my video bitrate's 2500. And I think it's coming through at 1080. Yeah. So nothing crazy. Hit that like button. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. E in the retro mic tech. Just don't run to the woods. Just be in the line. I like it. So anyway, okay, so we're updated to 1.6 on this bad boy. So she's just calculating for right now. It doesn't look like we do have a V Ethernet up and running, but it doesn't look like it's downloading very much. So unfortunately, yeah, that's not great. That means we're just calculating on number 3. And now number 4 is actually the system that I'm on, but that's going to be changing as soon as it drops the job. It's still got a job. That is unfortunate. That means I haven't been able to play video games it's been a few weeks, because I'm afraid if I open a video game, it will kick me off the job. Now, luckily, I can stream, and I've been able to use my computer like for daily tasks, and I've had no issues. But yeah, I want this thing to drop the job so that way I can put this card into an actual rig, and then put one of my cards that aren't good for Salad or AI in here, like a 3070 or something like that. 3080. I got some 3080s that would do well in here. That's just like a gaming card. I got to get back to gaming, Jordan, so starting fresh, install newest drivers, no extra considerations at this point. If you're starting from a fresh copy of Windows, as soon as you get Windows installed, go ahead and go to Windows Update. Let Windows Update run and do all the current updates for Windows. After that's done, go ahead and install the newest NVIDIA driver. I had been using MSI Afterburner for fan control. It's not even really needed on most cards that are in decent shape if you got good memory pads, that kind of thing. If you don't have like a card that's been ran into the dirt, and then download and update and make sure you're on the newest version of Salad, which we need to update right here. This one is on 1.6.0. Outside of that, you just gotta let it run. Oh, Charles just subscribed. Thank you for joining. Much appreciated. The Doges are knocking on the rocks. I hear that I can't game much anymore either. Yeah, Burns. If it's on your computer that you use, it will knock the job off if you're using too much system resources, unfortunately. All right, so now let's jump over to 3060 number 2, which is shop wall PC. Let me... Yeah, here we go. Boom. This is actually the computer that's at the shop, so it's not even here right now. It looks like, so this is a 32 gig of system RAM. We are on an 8-core Xeon, so 8 cores, 16 threads, and a 240 gig, 250 gig SSD, just for reference on this one. And it's a 3060 12 gig, and it's running on an older version. But look at that, 1.95. She's running strong as a cucumber. Ever heard that one? Strong as a pickle. All right, come on now. Go. My cat is clawing my leg because I'm not paying enough attention to him. So, yeah, wow. This one's up big time. This one's been holding jobs rock steady. 1.95, and I'm happy. I'm happy with that. All right, and then I switched them around. This one is actually not number 4 anymore because I don't have 4 3060s. This is actually number 3. So... Jordan, thank you, Brandon. Keep the videos 100K soon. Yeah, I hope so, man. I'm really enjoying it. I feel like it's kind of like we're back to earlier days of mining when we're making good money. There's people out there talking about like, oh, AI and compute, it doesn't make any money, it burns too much power. I'm burning less power than I was mining, and I was mining, I was jumping around from different coins and stuff. But I feel like I'm actually making money again, and I want to expand. Like I'm excited about it. Here's another 3060 12 gig system for reference. This one's on a Ryzen 5 1600. So this is a first gen Ryzen, 6 cores, 12 threads, 32 gigs of system memory on a 256 gig or 239 gig technically. They don't show all the capacities, but SSD, Samsung SSD, and what were we doing on this one? It was getting $1.91 a day. So 1.91. And then we need to go check on our new trusty steed, the 4060 Ti. And oh my gosh, my cat. Come on. There we go. Watch out. You're knocking stuff over. Those are my dummy plugs. Got a bag of them. All right. There you go. Just give me a minute, okay? And then we'll be good. There you go. There. All right. Trying to block my cat out. Hold on. Okay, we'll block him out with 3090 boxes, right? Can I SLI my 1060s on Salad? No, Mr. Luke. Unfortunately, you can't. So you're going to be looking at a 1 GPU per motherboard situation, or per I don't want to say per CPU, because if you got a dual CPU board. Hey Brandon, are you going to do any home build update videos in the future? I was doing those, but there were situations where in the past, and I don't want to dox myself, so I kind of pulled back a lot of that content. I recorded a bunch of stuff because I wanted to show off, but I know there was people out there that would appreciate seeing my home build. I don't know. It's the bad apples that ruin it for everybody. So yeah, all those videos got pulled, and definitely not going to be showing anything else from inside my house. Too many creepers out there. Satine, keep the daily updates for Salad. We appreciate it a lot. Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to be doing Salad, and then I hope to be getting some Flux compute stuff up. And going to be reporting on that, since this is kind of, I don't want to say new stuff, but it is changing very rapidly. Lots of updates coming. Daily, format like this just works. Rambler, do the rigs generate a lot of heat? No, man, they actually don't. yeah, every now and then you'll get a container job that'll start, hammering the GPU really hard. But on average, I'd say, and if you want to talk to other people, you can that are on Salad, you can always jump in the Discord. We have a Salad section. But on average, my rigs are burning less power than they were mining, even with them underclocked mining. 100%. Oh, what's up, Pocket Change? Glad you could make it. Happy to have you, and we missed you and Chump down there at Miami, but maybe we'll catch y'all on another one. Jordan, would you buy 3000 or 4000 series for more Salad rigs? I'm a little bit of a fanboy. Hold on. My cat keeps coming in here and clawing my leg. I apologize. Hey, go back. No, you're clawing me. Go out. Go. Do y'all want a cat? Y'all can take my cat. I feed him good. Dang, what were we talking about? Would you buy 3000 or 4000 series for more Salad rigs? So I'm a little bit of a fanboy of like the 3090s. I know 4090s are amazing, but I'm also cheap. So 3090s enable you to get a lot of the bigger jobs and workloads on Salad. So I'm feeling like if I can find the right deals, I'm going to be doing 3090s. I already have some that I still need to deploy. Got some Founders Edition 3090s that are going into rigs. I think I'm going to get up. I want to do 10 3090s and then do some 40 series. I'm testing out the 4060 Ti 16 gig to see how I like it. I'm not sure. We'll just kind of learn as we go, so to speak. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Bring back the original Brandon Coin glasses. Hold on. I'll get. You know what? They're not in here. I brought them down to Mining Disrupt, and I was wearing them all over down there. And it was funny because some people, I came up to, I think it was the Nice Hash booth, and I had them on my head, like I wasn't even wearing them. And he's like, I was like, hey, I'm Brandon. Nice to meet you. He's like, I know who you are, and I'm like, oh, Nice Hash knows. They know everything. But yeah. Just for FF, it's Orange Cat. Yes, it is. Jordan, last question. I'm sorry I'm missing some of these live chats. Would only 8 gigabytes of VRAM be any good for Salad? No. Unfortunately, there's too many cards with 8 gigs of VRAM on the network. I've been told from Jared over at Salad that the 8 gigabyte like waiting period for jobs, it's just so low in demand, and there's so many cards that it's just it's not advisable to put 8 gigabyte cards on for doing workloads. Passenger airbag, can you run through your Salad settings, please? Yeah, okay, so let's check in on this 4060 Ti real quick, and then we'll go over my settings. What's up, buddy? I know I'm sorry, too much going in June. Too much going on at work in June each year. Yeah, I know. This was my first time going down there, and I didn't even know if I could make it down there and back. It was, I was lucky. I was lucky this year. My wife is amazing, and I love her. If she's watching this, thank you again for letting me go and dealing with my crazy children. I love my children too, but they are crazy. Wonder where they get it from. Yeah. It looks like my 4060 Ti is calculating. Lovely. But this is 1.5.9, and I've heard a lot of people are having issues out of 1.5.9. So what we're going to do is we're going to pause, and we're going to go to update now. We'll give it a second. Update now. There we go. So we're going to update this to 1.6.0, and then I'll roll through my settings once this opens back up for Mr. Airbag. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I've been at this since Monday. We'll go ahead and type in what you have and what settings you have, Airbag. One of my Salad rigs sold today. I lost my 4080 Super. Oh, Joseph. Time to build another one, right? Why don't you just build Salad rigs, Joseph? I could hook you up, get you a good bulk deal on Xeon boards. What's going to happen in the future with ETC mining when manufacturers are producing too many ASICs? Luke, I don't know, man. I wasn't ready for an ASIC question right here. Especially an ETC miner ASIC question. I'm not really. I'm not gonna say I'm not in that space, but I'm not in that space. I haven't mined ETC in a hot minute. Um, yeah. So sometimes I've noticed whenever you update, yeah, look there it goes. So set up your container environment wasn't showing up, and it will stay at 4 out of 6 until you click on the little question mark. You go to here, and then it registers that yes, your WSL is up to date. All right. So now let's go ahead and start this back to chopping, and then we'll go through the settings, configure hardware. So enabled on CPU and GPU usage. Elevated permissions are on. And I configure workload types manually. I turn video streaming off. That is your bandwidth sharing. Go to advanced options. Go down and disable auto stop and disable crypto mining. And that's pretty much how the cookie crumbles on that one. So unfortunately, my 4060 Ti is not working. So that is that's lame, but it is what it is. That's how it goes sometimes. So we'll go back, and yeah, she's back to calculating. Let's see here. What about the 12 gig 3080 Ti's? Are they still viable for sale? For Salad. So a 12 gig 3080 Ti is going to limit you because it's only got 12 gigs of VRAM. You're going to be getting the same jobs that a 3060 12 gig is, but come to find out, you're gonna burn more power. I would stay away from 12 gig 3080s or 12 gig 3080 Ti's. Is it Ti? Is the 3080 Ti 12 gig? I know they had the 3080s. I think it is. Regardless, I would stay away from them. Burn too much power for what container workloads they can run. For right now, things could change in the future. Pocket says wife for the win. 100% wife for the win. Without the wife, I would be lost. Salad has destroyed my network. The bandwidth consumption is crazy. Even with workload off, I feel like I'm losing containers due to lag, even on a 1 gig network. Make sure your systems have bandwidth sharing off. Bandwidth sharing is really rough. And I was actually talking to Max Voltage earlier, and he's got a fiber connection, and he's got a Ubiquiti router, like high-end hardware, lots of bandwidth. And I'm over here basically mining on a glorified hotspot. I have T-Mobile home internet. I have 500 down and 50 up. But I did limit my Salad rigs through a 10100 switch. So all of my Salad rigs are limited through that 100 megabits. And ever since I did that, I've actually had a lot more reliability. And you would think it'd be the other way around, but I don't know if it's... So I had a gigabit switch on there previously. I originally switched because I only had an 8-port gigabit, and I put a 10100, and it was 16 ports. And I'm like, oh, I'll upgrade that to a gigabit switch later on, blah, blah, blah. But I noticed everything was just working really well. I think at times, some systems will just hammer your actual network for when they're downloading, and it'll pull all of your speed, all your bandwidth to that one system, and it starves everything else out and potentially loses jobs on those other containers or those other jobs, and then also stresses your network for other things like streaming and that kind of stuff. So right now, my systems are sharing a 100 megabit connection. That means we never have any issues inside streaming. We never have any issues doing anything on our phones because we don't have really good cell phone signal. I can't confirm that. Like if that's actually, maybe just coincidence, but it's odd to me that people on a fiber connection are having issues. You know what I mean? And that's for Varus I was replying to. Burn says his 4060 Ti is doing 235. Not so great. Definitely done better than before. Yeah, I'm wanting those $4 and $5 containers. People said 4060 Ti's were doing $4 religiously like a week ago. Just for FF at my place, 4060 Ti's, you can get one or you can get two of the 3060s. Only thing that concerns me about the 3060s is there is a lot of 3060s, a lot of 12 gig cards coming on the network, so that means more competition. So in theory, if everything was black and white and everything stayed the same, Two 3060s would be better than one 4060 Ti at current rates. But on a 4060 Ti, you can do those bigger jobs. It's got more compute power. If they start getting $4 jobs again, I'd rather have one 4060 Ti 16 gig doing a $4 job than two $2 3060s, because then that's extra motherboard, extra CPU, extra RAM. But right now we don't have $4 jobs, so it's hard to speak on that. Maybe you need to just get both 4060 Ti and the 3060s, right? Can't decide, just get them both. JB Ben LOL for alternative compute project instead of Salad. Downtime is crazy. Oh, sorry about that. Itchy PH. Ah, nice. Just subscribe. Thank you for joining. Hey, any chance of sharing the spreadsheet you're using, Dan Auden? So this was shared to me. I have to make a copy of it. Ow, goodness, because I don't have the original. I'm not the original owner of it, but I asked, and the original owner said, "Yeah, that's fine." So I'm just waiting on him to give me the permissions to do that. Like actually, like inside the spreadsheet. Red Panda did a shout out to Brandon. I'm way behind on chat. I'm sorry about that. Leading the way in salad mining. Oh, yeah. Sometimes that could be a bad thing, right? Leading the way in the salads. I'm updating one with you crossing finger. All right. I don't know what that means, Golden Wolf. You see the new worker stats and the online earnings history. Yeah, I'm going to jump over to that. I mean, it's nice, but I would prefer them just to give me numbers. Like the graph is nice. It kind of makes sense, kind of doesn't. It's like hard to read. Straight up numbers would be nice though. Let's see here. Retro Mike. Oh man, I'm way behind. Donated $4.99 through Super Chat. Oh, Retro Mike. Never required, always appreciated. Thank you for the $4.99 of fiat. That way I can go give me a burger tomorrow. Oh, looks, we got some new people in the chat right now. We got Generic Slurp, raised off YouTube. Oh, what's up, Dragon? Passenger Airbag. We got, Red Panda Mining in the house. Glad to see you there. DML. Mileage. I'm just going to scroll down so that way I can get super caught up. If I missed a question and it was super important, just put it down below. I'm a bad reader. That's my fault. Red Panda's tagging Pocket. Wake up your lovely husband. I need plumbing help for an overflowing septic. That sounds like a bad time. That sounds like a very bad time. And there we go. Retro Mike put that. Oh, you put the little Doge guy. Number 1. He's painting. Thank you for that, brother. Is it possible to compute on Salad with one motherboard and 2 GPUs? Currently, it's not. They don't support it, but it is on their roadmap. So once they get caught up on the container workloads, that's their primary concern right now, is getting things stable and getting things caught up. Then they are going to be adding additional GPU compute. The price difference of a 3090 and a 3090 Ti is not too much. What do you recommend? Should I go for the Ti? From what I've seen so far, the TIs don't really make much more money. But if you can get them for the same price, I'd obviously go Ti. If I had to spend any more than $75 more to get the Ti, it's tit for tat. Would I spend an extra $100 to get the Ti? Probably not. Not if I'm wanting to scale, because I don't think you're going to actually make anything additional on Salad compute loads. Or compute workloads. I'm tired, holy smokes. But I guess you would have more resale down the line. Any information on the internet usage, how many gigabytes per month or day, even if approximately Satina? So right now, I had talked to them about that. If they, can you set up some kind of limited or metered connection? The only issue with that is every time you do a workload, it has to pull it down. It's downloading that workload, uses it, dumps it, pulls a new one, and does that constantly. And that's on average, I've seen there anywhere from like on the low end 30 up to 60 or 70 gigabytes. So you're pulling in, 30, 40, 50 gigs every potentially anywhere from an hour to a day to a month, and it's a lot. If you don't have an unlimited data connection, I don't recommend Salad at all. It's not worth it because it's going to pull too much. You're going to have issues. You're going to have additional costs if you have to pay for over a certain amount, or if it throttles you over a certain amount. If it throttles you, you're going to drop the workloads because you don't have the internet speed. I got turned off to getting paid out to a gift card. Craig Davis. Yeah, I don't do the gift cards. I just go straight to PayPal, and I've had no issues. I've had 6 payments so far to my PayPal, and it's a PayPal business account, and it jives. No problem. It all pays within, I'd say within 24 hours. A Golden Wolf updating one of your 3090 rigs at the same time. Raised off YouTube. What it do? Glad to have you, man. Somehow I just hit $1.64, 24 hours. How? I just kept restarting. Oh no, passenger airbag. That's literally the worst thing you can do. So if you keep restarting, you may end up forcing it into a job. The only problem is you've tanked your reliability score, and your reliability score or your uptime score, along with your job completions, so how many workloads you've actually completed and not dumped, play into how consistent your system will pick up jobs after that. So yeah, now you might be chasing your tail, having to like restart it every time to get new jobs once that job finishes. So just look into that. I don't recommend at this point restarting really anything unless you're in between like a driver update or something like that. Chase Atwood, he updated to 1.6 earlier and seems to have fixed the calculating. You're back to $4.50 jobs on a 4070. Very nice. Their user interface says I have 3 machines running. Yeah, I noticed mine was reporting like an extra 1 or 2 machines. I think they're still working on it. I'd be interested to know if your switch's uplink is 100 or 1,000. So it's a 10100, and all the ports are limited to 100. So I have my connection going through a port that's limited to 100. So that means 100 megabits is being split to, I think I got 6 machines over there. And it seems to be running smoother than when I had a gigabit, because I think it was just pulling the entire network down. But it doesn't make sense that this switch is doing a better job with only 100 megabits. I don't know. Maybe it was taxing my router too much? I'm not sure. Red Panda's trying to give Chump Change his dirty jobs pocket. Ah, I hear you. Good night, all. Have a great weekend. Yeah, we're about to wrap it up for tonight as well. Is your uptime reliability linked to your account, or is it per rig? That's a great question, Legendary Status Gaming. So I asked them that because I just added this 4060 Ti on. You see, we got a lot of calculating. It is based per rig. So you can have one rig that you don't mess with and everything runs great, and you have another rig that you constantly restarting and it's never running right, so you keep restarting it. It's because the uptime on that rig blows because you've restarted it into oblivion. I was told that if you uninstall Salad, you have to go into the program data folder and delete everything out of Salad and then reinstall Salad, and it will register as a new rig. This was not from Salad. This was from, people speculating. But then some people said that it pulls the rig information off of hardware ID, and it grabs hardware IDs when it does the benchmark. So I don't know. If it does it off hardware ID, then deleting and reinstalling does nothing. I wouldn't recommend it. But in that time, put them in there. Let them sit in line. We got 2 cards sitting in line right now, so that's just part of the game. Just rent Hotel Panda. Red Panda Mining, you can take baths in the ASIC immersion baths, Luke said. Fox Fan, you get shadow banned. What are you referring to? What I was talking about like constantly restarting? Save yourself some grief. My uptime has been since Monday. I hope I didn't mess up my score. Um, Airbag, luckily, you can always make it better by just letting it run and dilute out over time. So if you restarted it a bunch, let her eat, let her run. I'm just laughing because I did the once Panda. Probably lower latency, not speed, box fan. Yeah, I guess it may be. It might be. Even though the other Switch was a faster speed, it might not have been fast or better latency. I'm not sure. What's your plan when the 5000 series come out? I'm probably going to be buying some. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm actually getting back like interested into expanding. Next thing you know, I was looking at places to have extra power because I mean, I'm going to grow decently in the garage. Probably put 1 or 2 extra circuits in here, but if things go good, especially with all these new platforms coming out, I could see expanding pretty good. Box fan restarting equals shadow band eventually per machine, not account. Yes, yep. So 100% box fan, that is confirmed. It is per machine. And yeah. I even gave out some bad advice in the beginning. I was telling people, oh, if you're not doing this, delete the ext file and it will force you into a job. And it will. You will get forced into a job, but then you won't get a job after that one completes. So don't do that. Just let it run. 4070 Ti was restarted to oblivion. 4070 is just mining like 3 cents an hour. Ah, gotcha. Legendary, I still can't get Disney back. Called them and they can't do anything. Oh man. Legendary, did you have video streaming on? That blows, man. I'm sorry to hear about that. Legendary, could you call your ISP and request a new IP? Would that be able to fix things? I don't know off the top of my head. Box fan might know. Luke says, Red Panda Mining, you think if I put 5K into an altcoin and then use the profits to buy some jazz miners? That sounds like a horrible idea. That sounds like gambling. We don't promote gambling in here. Not officially. All right, so let's add this up so we can get off here because I'm dragging. I'm dragging big time. So 5.80 plus 5.08 plus 5.04 plus $1.95. That 3060 doing $1.95 is cooking. Actually, both my 3060s, $1.91, she's cooking too. So right now we are estimated at 19.78, or so that's 18. So 19.78. So we're actually down, but that's because this 3090 fell off. This one's been having a hard time for a while now. I don't know why. I don't know why, but we updated her. We're gonna try to get her back up and running, and yeah. Would 50G be enough for 4 rigs? Noah, like 50 gigabytes? 50G of what? What are we referring to? Endless Roots, what's up? Welcome to the live chat. We're about to call it for tonight, but I'm glad you could make it anyway. You can tell the spreadsheet to add it with a formula. You know what, Box fan? That's a fancy situation that we haven't done yet. We'll get there. We're old school. We got cats that scratch us on the leg because we don't give them any beef jerky anymore. Let's use home equity loan leverage the house to Bitcoin. Oh my God. Luke, I'm not a financial advisor. Me neither. By the way, this is not financial advice. Don't do what I tell you to do. Everybody just needs to go out and get an orange cat, right? That's yeah. Oh, so 50G of bandwidth? Like 50 gigabytes of bandwidth? I'm confused as to what you're asking, Noah. Every other day, I go back to your old videos during the mining days. Good times. Victor Sanchez, you know what? I hope I think we got more good times coming, one way or another. It's not going to be the same, but I think it's going to be fun. Should I buy the Ice River KSO Ultra or build a salad machine, Mr. Roberts? So actually, while I was down there, I talked to the salad guys. I talked to Ray at Salad, which I think he was like, head of marketing or head of US marketing, something like that. He told me to get up with him because I'm actually really interested in like the small KSOs because it's a very like home miner friendly. At least they seem home miner friendly. So I'd love to kind of like do like a little mock comparison, like you know have a KSO Ultra right beside a salad rig that was budgeted similarly and see which one does better over time. That'd be cool. It would be. But Mr. Roberts, I would imagine the KSO Ultra is going to be easier than managing any kind of AI compute or even GPU mining setup. You just plug it in, set your pool, and let it do its thing. This is just a friendly meeting at the salad bar. Yeah. Wow, we're 51 minutes in. This is all well and good, but I think it's about time for bed. ASICs are destroying GPU mining. Yes, Luke. Dan, I have three 16 gigabyte 4060 Ti's, two of them on $4.70 jobs. That's what I want, man. The other one is always on a $1.85 job. I know. It's like you want to restart it, you want to boot it off of that, but then at the same time, you don't want to hurt the reliability score because $1.85 is better than calculating. Red Panda Mining officially says y'all all. I was throwing him into some of that southern speak right there. You all need a salad. Well, don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. I do need a salad. I need to lose some weight. I'm getting a little heavy. Nathaniel, I just got a second mortgage to pay off GPUs bought on credit before ETH proof of stake. 33% interest rate was hurting. Oh my. Oh, yeah, never. I always try to tell people don't invest and don't buy hardware with money you can't afford to lose. Red Panda, kidding. Yes, I'm referring. You said you're fat. I am fat as well. I'm straight thickums, but we can fix that one of these days. All right, guys. I'm gonna try to get connected up. Noah, 50 gigs of bandwidth for 4 rigs. 50 gigs. 50 gigabytes? Like, it's not limited. If you don't have an unlimited connection or an unmetered unlimited connection, I do not suggest running it on Salad. It will chew through 50 gigs. 100%. 50 gigabytes of bandwidth will get destroyed on Salad on 4 rigs. If it's not unlimited bandwidth and unlimited metered, I don't recommend it. Yep. Box fan dropping the jellyfish. All right, guys. I hope y'all have a good night. Nick said, Brandon Coin, don't get the Ultra. I heard the Ultras are having a lot of issues. Maybe I need to get a regular one and an Ultra. KSO Pro and an Ultra, right? Compare. Bang them together and see which one works better. Victor, your electricity rate is 47 cents per kilowatt hour. Don't recommend doing anything. Don't turn your computer on. It'll cost you $30 to play PUBG. Holy smokes, 47 cents a kilowatt hour is insane. Victor, where do you live? Alpha Mine, Thickums. Yeah, you know. Box fan, North Carolina has barbecue and makes us fat. 100% just makes us like big boned, you know? Don't chop on metered connections. Absolutely not. Randio, we all love our Twinkies. Yes. Red Panda Mining, good night. Have a good night. Reptilian, if you cancel the salad services and task manager, does that help you get jobs? Oh my god. Yeah, I feel like I'm on repeat. I just did a video on it. Please do not. If you want to, okay, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. Hold on, let me open the screen up real quick. If you constantly restart your rigs or kill the salad bowl services in Task Manager, or if you delete the ext file, the container file, or if you stop WSL manually, that all hurts your reliability and your uptime score. And I have people constantly being like, oh, well, I did it and I got a job right away. Yeah, it will, and it might force you into a job. It looks like it's coming back onto the network, but then it shows you as a low reliability score, and you won't get a job after that. You won't stay consistent. That is confirmed from the Salad team, from a few different people on the Salad team. It is technically like it's like gaming the system, and they see you doing it. It is not advisable. Let them calculate. Let them run. Reptilian, I just uploaded it. It was "Don't Do This on Salad," I believe was the title. Toss that salad. All right. So, drugs are bad. Okay, that's my median cost here. Yeah, we know the truth. No problem, Reptilian. Yeah, I was trying to like get the word out because I've even told people to like kill the container and that kind of stuff in the past, and I felt really bad giving out subpar or bad information. At the time, the Salad network wasn't so worried about it, but they get a bunch of miners on their network, and we're all trying to game the game, keep those jobs flowing, and it's just not. It wasn't set up that way. So anyway, guys, I hope y'all have a good one, and I'll see you on the flip side. I guess I'll see y'all tomorrow, or well, tonight, because it's already a new day. Peace, love, adios, goodbye. And again, thank you, Retro Mike. I know you're not here anymore for the $4.99 donation. Time to go get some new shoes. Mama gotta buy some new shoes. Don't forget to like this video. Thank you, Luke, for that. I appreciate that. Legendary, have a good night. Nick, Reptilian, Box Fan. Box Fan, yes, yeah. They have gone through multiple updates. I've been in contact with a lot of their team about issues that I've had, issues that people in the Discord have had, and I feel like I've been annoying them. But they said that getting all this hardware on the network and hearing about issues has been able to like fast track their like potential like basically testing. We're doing like paid testing, sometimes unpaid it feels like, but it's fast tracked their development for sure. My cat's going nuts down there. All right, later guys, y'all have a good one. Goodbye.